The battle between Hyoga of Cygnus and Berengue is one of the most epic, dramatic, and visually stunning moments in the entire Saint Seiya franchise. If you grew up watching The Defenders of Athena, you know that the movies from the 80s and 90s have a unique energy. The Legend of the Defenders of Athena, also known as The Legend of the Kermessan Warriors or the Abel movie, is widely seen as the peak of this era. Hello, Cabalitos and Amazons, I'm Wes. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you 10 amazing facts about the Abel movie and the most incredible battle in this work. This is a fan favorite, Cabalitos of the Zodiac. If you enjoyed this, click like, subscribe, and let's dive into the video.
I've always wanted to know.
Curiosity number 1, The Awakening of Abel. Unlike the classic chronology of the Sanctuary and Poseidon saga, this movie introduces us to Phoebus Abel, Athena's brother, a god whose power is said to rival that of Zeus himself. Abel, he was resurrected with a clear goal to punish humanity for its sins and cleanse the earth. For that, he didn't come alone. He brought with him the Knights of the Solar Crown and, even more shockingly, resurrected 5 gold saints. They died in the Battle of the 12 Houses, Saga of Gemini, Camus of Aquarius, Shura of Capricorn, Death Mask of Cancer, and Aphrodite of Pisces. When Sayori, Athena, realizes she can't defeat Abel in a direct confrontation between gods, she pretends to ally with him to try an internal strategy. But Abel sees her true intentions and kills Athena, sending her soul to the edge of the dead's world. This is where things get serious. The Bronze Saints, led by Seiya, set out on a rescue mission. But along the way, they face resistance from the Sun's Crown Saints and the former Gold Saints.
Abel has finally returned.
Curiosity number 2, The Weight of Camus' Blood. One of the movie's most intense battles is the fight between Hyoga and Berengue. Hyoga begins in his version 2 bronze cloth. For those who don't remember, these cloths were restored after the Battle of the 12 Houses with the blood of the surviving gold saints. Hyoga's cloth glows with Milo of Scorpio's sacrifice and Cosmo, making it much more durable than before. But the mood gets tense when Berengue from how Berenice opens his mouth. Berengue is not an ordinary saint. He is one of the 3 elite warriors of Abel, protected by an armor that is not bronze, silver, or gold, but rather an armor of the crown of the sun, powered by the solar power of the god Abel. Berengue, grinning sadistically, tells Hyoga he killed Aquarius Camus. The story is tragic. After seeing Athena killed by Abel, Camus rebelled against the sun god. He and Shura of Capricorn tried to fight, but they were massacred by the Knights of the Sun's Crown. Berengue boasts about having sent the yoga master to the other world. For any other warrior, that would be the end of the line emotionally. But Hyoga went through hellish training in eastern Siberia where he learned to suppress his emotions. To reach absolute zero, the temperature where all matter stops vibrating instead of falling into despair, Hyoga feels relieved to know that Camus died as a knight of Athena and not as a traitor. In service of Abel, he clears the shadows from the heart of Swan. Now, the fight is not just for Athena, but for revenge and to honor his master's legacy.
Abel, we only followed your orders because we are loyal knights of Athena.
Curiosity number 3, The Clash of Powers, Ice vs. Sun. In the fight with Berengue, Hyoga quickly attacks using his signature move, Diamond Dust. In theory, this move should instantly freeze the enemy, creating a barrier of ice crystals. However, Berengue just watches as Hyoga's cold air simply dissipates. Before it touches the opponent, Berengue explains the technical reason. His sun-crowned cloak is immune to ice. He categorically states that no one can freeze the flames of the sun. Frustrated but determined, Hyoga uses his strongest move, the Aurora Thunder attack. This technique combines impact force with freezing, creating a whirlwind of cold air that should shatter the opponent's armor. But, to Hyoga's horror, the attack is neutralized before it even completes its trajectory. This is when Berengue reveals his true nature and technique.
I defeated your master Kama, and now I'll send his top disciple to the other world.
Fun fact number 4, Berengue's technique, the golden hair of death. is in the movie Abel, where we see one of the most visual and frightening techniques in Saint Seiya. Berengue doesn't use conventional punches or kicks. He manipulates strands of golden hair, made of a material that seems to be a cosmic metallic alloy imbued with solar cosmo energy. These strands wrap around Hyoga as if they were a metallic spider web. The golden hairs of death work like restraining cutting wires. The more the victim struggles, the tighter the wires become, penetrating the armor and the flesh. Berengue reveals that this was exactly how he defeated Kamos, immobilizing the Aquarius Knight and draining his life. He offers Hyoga a humiliating escape. Kneel before Abel and swear loyalty. Hyoga's response defines the Bronze Knight's character. He refuses to bow before a god he considers a tyrant. Even with the threads tightening around his neck and limbs, Hyoga maintains his integrity. He knows that Abel is not a god of love, but rather a god of destruction, who wants to steal Athena's life and devastate the earth.
These are the same golden hairs that doomed his master Camus to hell, the golden hair of death.
Curiosity number 5. Hyoga's resilience and the memory of Natasha when everything seems lost in the battle where Hyoga faces Berenice. The Swan Knight is about to be torn apart by the enemy's threads. However, the script takes us to the emotional core of the character. Hyoga has always been the knight most connected to the past. His mother, Natasha, died in a shipwreck in the Sea of Eastern Siberia, where her body remains preserved in the sunken ship at the frozen ocean's bottom. Hyoga visualizes the Northern Cross Rosary, symbolizing the Cygnus constellation in the Northern Hemisphere, a gift from his mother. This object isn't just a religious amulet, it's what anchors Hyoga to human values like love and compassion. He reflects on how his mother, despite having had a difficult life and dying young, never held on to hatred. She taught him that true power doesn't come from destruction, but from love and friendship. At that moment, an ideological break occurs. Hyoga confronts Abel's divinity with the faith of his proclamation that the god his mother believed in was a god of love, a true god, while Abel is just a fraud with a superiority complex. This awakening of consciousness causes Hyoga's cosmos to change in nature. He stops fighting only with technique and starts fighting with his soul.
This is the Northern Cross that my mother gave me. My mother's god was a true god, not like your god Abel, who is a fraud, Berengue.
Curiosity number 6. The victory of Absolute Zero, the end of the battle between Hyoga and Berengue, is breathtaking. Hyoga stands up, ignoring the pain from the wounds caused by the golden hair strands. Berengue, realizing that control is slipping from his hands, tries a final, desperate attack, launching his golden hair with full force to decapitate the swan. However, Hyoga reaches a state of absolute concentration. He raises his cosmos to the maximum limit, surpassing the solar energy that was protecting him. Berengue with a quick and precise movement, suggesting that he has finally reached absolute zero. In that moment of fury and devotion, Hyoga unleashes a blast of cold air so intense that Berengue's threads become as brittle as glass. The cold affects not only the threads, but also envelops Berengue in his crown of the sun armor. In an instant, the proud Abel warrior becomes an ice statue and shatters. The irony is poetic. The man who claimed the sun's protection is destroyed by the coldness of the human soul. Using his final cosmo, Hyoga shatters Berengue's body into thousands of ice fragments, finally avenging his master Camus and paving the way for the final confrontation against Abel. This is one of the most incredible battles in this movie. Curiosity number 7. The constellation of Coma Berenices. In real mythology and astronomy, Berenice's hairdresser is a real constellation. The legend says that Queen Berenice of Egypt cut her hair as an offering to the goddess Aphrodite so that her husband would return alive from the war. In Knights of the Zodiac, this reference is used to create Berengue's unique fighting style.
Have you already forgotten, dear goddess, Athena? Our Lord Abel, the supreme god on earth, and his great divinity allow him to read the thoughts of all people, and that doesn't exclude you, Athena.
Curiosity number 8. The Knights of the Solar Crown, there are 3 of them. Berengue of Coma Berenices, Atlas of Carina, and Jau of Lynx. They are mythological beings who answer not to Athena's sanctuary, but directly to Abel. Their armors are considered superior even to the gold armors, due to the divine blessing of the sun.
Camus swears, don't promise. I won with blood, Aurora. Escalimos. Shining Hercules. Athena.
Curiosity number 9, the meaning of the Northern Cross. In the series, the Northern Cross is used as a synonym for the constellation of Cygnus. For Hyoga, the rosary in the shape of a cross represents his Russian heritage. His mother was Russian, and his father, the businessman Mitsumasa Kido from Japan, though Hyoga learns this later in the manga.
My dear mother, she didn't have a life full of joy and enchantment. Even so, she never hated anyone. She believed in God and taught me the importance of love.
Curiosity number 10. The evolution of the bronze armors. In this movie, the knights wear the armors that appeared right after the Sanctuary Saga. They can shine like gold in the Poseidon Saga when the knight elevates his cosmos to the 7th sense. What could explain how Hyoga managed to withstand the attacks of a warrior of divine level? These armors are the same ones that were bathed with the blood of the gold saints after the battle in the 12 houses.
Diamond Fist.
I find this cold air really refreshing.
My friends, this video reminds us why Swan Hyoga is among the most complex characters in Masamu Ikuramada's work. He balances the external coldness of ice with inner emotional warmth, which, when awakened, is capable of freezing even the gods. Did you enjoy the analysis of Hyoga versus Berengue? How did you feel about Hyoga's reaction to his master's death? Share your thoughts with me. And, of course, thank you for watching this video until the end, and see you next time. Burn your cosmos to infinity.